Whoa. Hold it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
You guys are tuning in to the world famous, the podcast that's going to save the world, the Carolyn and Joe Show. And just so you guys don't know, or if you already do know, my name is Joe Carabeo. I'm a photographer, a writer, a magician.
Are you a magician?
A musician, a filmmaker, or whatever, ice cream maker.
Have you ever made ice cream before?
I'm a cook. I'm a house builder.
You're a carpenter?
I do jumping jacks. I'm a weightlifter. But today I am a podcaster, and across from me is the cartoonist extraordinaire, the designer of the year, the woman who is the president of the United States.
I'm not.
The leader of the free world herself, Carolyn Belefski. How's it going, Carolyn?
I'm going good. And I am also a cook.
We do all jack of all trades.
What else do I do? You know what? I have never made my own ice cream before.
Yes, you have.
When?
I don't know.
I've never made it.
Let's jump right into it.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Right before we started the show, Carolyn was already going to start a conversation
with myself.
With herself. But I was like, what are we doing? We save these things for the podcast. And that's what we're going to do. Jump right into it, Carolyn. What were you talking about?
Well, a big plane went by and we heard this noise and you were like, oh, it's a UFO. And I was like, oh, did you hear that SpaceX thing that happened the other week? That people are saying that that's a UFO and it's not even SpaceX.
Oh, that's a UFO, you say? Oh.
I don't know. I don't even know the full thing, but people were saying that that's a UFO now.
So you're
that thing that looks like a whale.
So you were referencing the
whale in the
SpaceX launch,
yes,
in which it looked like a jellyfish in the sky, and people were saying it was a UFO.
Yes.
Was it a UFO?
I have no idea.
It wasn't. It was. They launched.
How would I know what it is if it's unidentified flying object?
But it's identified.
But then how come everyone was saying that?
Who is this everyone?
I don't know. People were chatting.
What were they saying?
I mean, I for one know that Demi Lovato was tweeting about it.
Who the hell is Demi Lovato?
Demi Lovato.
Who the fuck is Demi Lovato?
She's a pop superstar.
How's that
She's
credible?
The Britney Spears of today.
The Britney Spears of today is Demi Lovato?
I guess so. Isn't she like one of the Disney stars?
Is she? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know no Demi Lovato.
I don't know though. I don't know.
Give me a Demi Lovato song.
I don't think she's had like a big major hit. I mean, I know who she is.
Britney Spears has hits.
Yeah, I mean, she actually has a lot of big hits. Like, I actually know her songs.
But she was saying that the SpaceX thing was a UFO?
She's like, come on, you guys. Everyone knows that shit's aliens.
Yo, shit's aliens, yo. There should be aliens up there.
I don't know the full tweet, but it was something like that.
I was watching the SpaceX, man. They launched that shit, and up there, it's just UFOs. UFOs, yo, Demi Lovato up in the house.
That's exactly how she talks, too.
Up in the house.
I don't know anything. I seriously don't know anything about her, but I do know that Mitch Allen from SR-71, the lead singer of SR-71, like works with her. I don't know in what capacity. I think he's like her producer or something.
Hopefully a high-paying capacity.
But he's done like a lot of those big Disney hits, I think.
Oh, yeah?
The modern ones. But yeah,
but it wasn't a UFO.
Well, she said it was, so it must be true.
Well, it must be. If Demi Bellagio, Demi Bellagio, Demi Didio, Demi Scunidio. Well, I mean, it's already been revealed on that CNN thing that UFOs and aliens is real, right? Remember that?
Well, I mean, didn't we already know that?
No, but it was revealed now. It's official, but no one cares.
I think some people cared. But I think it's funny that like it takes CNN to report it to be like, oh, they do exist. But in my head, I'm like, it's been around for a while. It's not anything new.
But see, that's the amazing thing right now. It's like there's so much happening in the social awareness of the world that like aliens at this point or UFOs. It's like okay. It's like at the point you're like okay. I guess they're real. Well, what do I do now? You know what I mean?
Well, I guess like a lot of people are like, beam me up, Scotty. Take me with you.
Yeah. They already want to go to space, but they don't believe in space.
I don't know if I'd want to go in space. Like, in theory, it sounds romantic and be like, oh, cool, I can go up there and, like, explore new worlds, the new frontier. Like, that's the only place left to go, and you can leave Earth and all that fun stuff. But, like, that sounds all, like, cool, I'm down. But then, like, when you really think about it, you're like, whoa, it's, like, dark out there. And, like, you can't breathe.
It's dark. There's no air.
You can't breathe. Like,
I have to wear a suit the whole time.
You have to, like, piss your pants. Like, that doesn't really sound that good.
What, to go into space? You have to do all that stuff?
Yeah, because how else does it all... I know, like, don't the astronauts have, like, a special bag that they pee in?
Yeah, because you're not going to have enough time. You're not... If you're out... I'm assuming this is how it is. Say if you're out, outside of the spaceship and in front, like in the movie Gravity, if you're out there, like screwing something into the space station or whatever, and you have to go pee, I doubt that you're like, oh, hold on, guys, let me go float back over there and start over and come back and pee.
And then you have to be like attached like umbilical cord to the ship, like,
yeah, because you're gonna fly away.
I know.
I assume you're gonna fly away.
It's too risky in terms of, like, sure, it sounds fun to be like, yeah, I want to take a chance. I want to be an American hero and go out there and all that. But then...
Well, how does that make people American hero?
Like all the astronauts.
They're American heroes?
I think so.
I mean, it's true. They should be. But I don't know how that people will look at them and be like, they're American heroes. They're not Demi Lovato.
You know that one... that
American
one guy,
hero, Demi Lovato.
That one guy that was like a small step in mankind and all that, dude.
The small step in mankind.
Mankind.
The small step inside mankind.
Who's that guy? That major astronaut.
Is it Armstrong or something like that? Lance Armstrong?
Oh, yeah, the guy who bicycled with drugs. That guy.
The steroid guy. Yeah. he biked all the way up to space.
No, the other one. What's his name?
Isn't that his name?
It's not Armstrong? Lance Armstrong.
But is it like A. Armstrong?
I'm kind of like, this is kind of showing my ignorance. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But anyway, main guy.
We'll just say it's what's her name from Gravity? I forgot her name now.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, we'll just say it's Sandra Bullock.
Okay, so Sandra...
Oh, George Clooney. Remember George Clooney was her partner.
He was up in space, man.
So we'll just say it was George Clooney.
Matt Damon was up there too.
When?
He was up there. Remember that he planted potatoes?
Oh, he was in Mars. He was on Mars. He crashed.
He was on Mars, man.
He was stuck on Mars. Yeah, well, I guess.
Whoa, man.
He scienced the shit out of it.
So many celebrities have been up there. That's crazy. Wow.
Just all Matt Damons.
Yeah. And I think Lance Bass has shown interest in wanting to go up there.
I mean, why wouldn't anyone have interest? You don't want to have interest in going up there?
I do in like dream world, but in logical world, it's like, and I'm not saying that I can't do that stuff, but it's just like, is that how I want to live? Like, I can't breathe up there.
Yeah, you can.
Well, how?
You have your suit.
But I don't want to wear that big bulky suit.
You just want to fly around like Superman?
No, I like to have like show some curves, like, like style wise.
You want a specially made suit, so
style wise, I want some like
space suit.
Yeah, like an hourglass thing. No, I don't want to look like a snowman.
You want like a Barbarella suit, space suit.
Sure, if they can make me that.
So like, if the only way that you would go up into space. All right, let's list the reasons, because I just want to go up in space. I love space, even though I've never been there. But the whole essence of it. Well, I just want to leave this planet, so that helps. But the big selling point for you to go up into space would be a custom-made suit for when you pee, so it doesn't stay in your suit. It just goes flies out in space.
What if and like a little dribble. Just dribble away.
There's copy, Carolyn. We see that your urination is happening. Now it's burning up in the orbit and is falling into Africa.
Is that what happens?
Going into the rainforest.
Like, what happens if the pee goes out? Like those little just drops float around?
I guess it really depends on how close.
And then they're always going to be out in the atmosphere, right?
I guess it depends how close you are to the Earth's atmosphere, because, that's what gravity is doing. It's pulling it closer in. Mm-hmm. So if you're outside of that, I'm assuming it will just float into space. But if you're close to the atmosphere, it's gonna drop. But that's why you've already departed. You've already probably at that point broken out of the Earth's atmosphere.
I just feel like it's limiting out there at this point. like, what do you eat out there? You know, like they make it sound like astronaut food's so good, but it's not really that good.
See, what's crazy is that, you know how realistic they made the Martian? Mm-hmm. Like, the space station that they had was ridiculously huge.
But you know you don't have that much space. It's like
that's what
crammed quarters. Like, I guess you're sleeping in like a little cot.
That's what I'm saying. Remember in the movie, in the Martian movie, the team, when they were floating back, like, their space station was like massive. It was like futuristic.
And the few seconds that I saw of who else, you know, those other celebrities that were up in space, that guy from Parks and Rec, and
what guy from Parks and Rec?
The one that lost weight, and now he's like in Jurassic Park, and he's like
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
He was in space.
Yeah, he was in space with
when?
With what's her face from Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, and Passengers, yes.
Who am I thinking of? Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
She was up in space too, man.
That's true.
These celebrities, they have access to lots of things.
Well, in Passengers, there's a whole entire colony.
Well, what I was getting at is the few seconds I saw of Passengers, which I really only saw like a minute of. That ship looked huge.
Yeah.
Was it a ship, or was they already landed on a planet?
That was like,
and they were building.
That was like equivalent to like a cruise ship.
So it was like a Wall-E ship going on. But it
massive.
But you're saying it was a ship. It wasn't like them already building on a planet.
Well, what they're from I never watched the movie, but I think what they're doing is they
I just want to know the location.
They found a planet, and they were traveling. They found a planet like several thousands of years or 100 years later. And they're supposed to sleep. Well, you know, so they're all supposed to be like hibernating. Mm-hmm. You know, like our book Cybernate. That's what it was.
It basically is our book.
But they were. So the whole point was for them to hibernate until they reached the planet, which they can, which the humans can, which can live on. But what happened is that Chris Pratt's character, there was a malfunction. And his what's it called? His pod opened up, so he had to exist by himself, you know, maintaining all the ship for like a whole entire year, and then he like started getting like lonely and I guess depressed and all that, you know,
all like Moon
and all that stuff. Yeah, just like Moon. And then he kept on like admiring like the Jennifer Lawrence pod, and I guess he liked her like ahead of time.
Is he like watching her sleep?
Yeah, he's like watching her. Yeah, he's like watching her sleep.
How creepy is that?
And then like he's like, well, I can make it look like there's a malfunction, and she'll have to wake up, you know, and then they can spend like the whole entire trip.
So it's
by
like
themselves.
it turns into a romance. Is it like a sci-fi romance thing?
I guess, but like the whole thing, people didn't really like it because the idea was, you know, like, well, he sort of, in a sense,
like trapped her.
Yeah, he like trapped her. And it's like, well, by default only, he had to be the one, you know. And then later on, they, you know,
is the movie, do you think, worth watching?
I mean, sure. I bet it's entertaining. I had a good discussion with Brian Sarvis before we went in to watch Thor about that, because there was that discussion how it's like sort of like not a date rape thing, but like that thing where you fall in love with your captor. The person who captured you, because
like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, something like that. And I guess that was the whole idea people didn't like, was that like, well, essentially against her will was woken up, you know, and then like he was like, well, you know, that was the plan. Like now they're alone. The only last two people on Earth is gonna fall for him. You know, they're gonna have a romantic thing, of course, because they're the only ones human.
Yeah. And also, like, what are her options?
Yeah.
She's like, well, this guy likes me, and he's the only guy around.
And you know, and spoiler alert for people who don't know.
No, don't tell me.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch.
Oh, now you want to watch?
I do, because you said it's like our story Cybernate, so I just want to see how close it is to it. So don't spoil it.
It's not close at all, because
maybe the
Cybernate takes place.
Maybe like the first
Cybernate takes place in the future when the world is frozen over.
Well, maybe it's different, but it's the same in terms of like they have pods and stuff.
No, it's not the same at all.
So then why is it you're saying it was like Cybernate?
Because how people are
frozen,
hibernating, sleeping until it gets warm. But but then in Passengers, that one is they're asleep in their pod until they land into the planet that they can live on.
And it's similar because there's like one person that's awake and taking care of everyone.
Yeah, but that was on accident though.
Oh, so he wasn't even supposed to be awake.
He wasn't supposed to be awake. He had a real malfunction.
I see.
But the outcome of the movie is what upset a lot of people because it had like a sort of a
okay, don't give it all away.
Well, it's just sort of like that's what the discussion is. That's like the,
well, maybe I'll check it out.
I guess you can if you want. But that's where the big discussion that Brian and I had, because like that was the part that split people between the message of the movie. They're like, well, he was like, well, it was still entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
But like the message at the end is what made people feel weird about it.
Yeah. So what makes you like want to go to outer space? Because you're really into it, I feel like.
I mean, it would be great.
Have you heard that they're actually looking for astronauts? There was like but
I'm blind.
They
so
did
it's not
a
like
call.
I can do that.
No, they did a call for it. They were like, "Are you willing to like?" I forget all the prerequisites, but it was something like, "Are you willing to leave your family for 20 years and go to outer space?" It was something like that. And like people actually like were like, "Okay."
It's like, I got nothing left. Let's go.
But I'm like, damn, you gotta leave everything here and just go there. And I guess you have to go through training of like, you have to put your body, I'm guessing, in like the finest peak condition, and they train you how to service the engines and all that special stuff.
Yeah, because essentially they're making you to a human specimen and also like a scientist, because once you're up there,
it's not really about you. It's like
it's about your survival at that point. You have to like be able to fix certain things. You have to have the knowledge, then you have to like be in good health to like, because really at the end of the day, not the end of the day, but at all times you're floating there. You know what I mean?
I know,
so
but you're
not really doing physical activity.
You do lose like a little bit of your human self in terms of like, I guess you can still be like, oh, I have a favorite music that you like and a favorite movie and stuff, and you can have a few possessions, but in general you are, servicing the common good of knowledge.
Yeah, you're an adventurer.
And I feel like some people dig that though. They're like, I mean, I like the idea of it. I just don't know if I could go through it at that such a high level.
I almost guarantee you that when like going up there is probably the scariest thing a person can actually do.
Probably.
Because that is the true unknown. Or
it's probably like a feeling where like, and I've never had a gun pulled on me, but it's probably like that type of split second thing where it's like, oh shit, something's happening.
You're like, I'm leaving Earth. I'm leaving
and
Earth.
like the ship's all shaking and all hot, and like there's like probably fire below you and like a fire pit or something.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
And you're like, where am I going? Oh, you're just gonna stay here. What?
Like, I don't know how calm you can. I mean, I'm sure they train them to be chill.
That's what the training is. It's like
But there's probably part of them that's like, what's going on?
Yeah, you're trained to sort of fight against that.
I wonder if they're like somebody that's so chill that's just like, whatever.
Probably.
Let's go up and do this thing.
But also, like, think about the intensity that takes you to get up there too. You have to.
You have to launch.
Just the G-force of just blasting up out of this world.
Whoa.
So you're like, you have so much pressure that's like pushing onto you. People can like vomit or throw up or faint and all that stuff just by blasting out into space. And then while you're up there, you have to sort of, because you're weightless. So
how does the vomit work? It's like floating around you?
Well, I guess it depends where you are. Because if that's on the launch, then it's just going to splat around, and then it's going to start once you get up there.
That's nice.
But I doubt there's really like smell. I'm not really sure how smell works over there.
How does smell work? That's an interesting question. You know how when you go through a tunnel under the ocean or under like, I guess a lake or something, like, or you're going through Baltimore and they have those tunnels and your ears pop.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if your body has sensations like that when you're going up.
I bet it does have something like that, because you're like, we're probably so used to our own atmosphere. But then again, that's what all the training is for,
Yeah, they probably have all those stimulations and stuff. But this still never... I feel like they could never fully prepare... Prepare somebody. There's got to be at least a few percentages of you that's like, what am I getting into?
Yeah, I bet there is.
We're actually going to space.
I bet there is, because the Challenger freaking blew up, man. People, that's but that's the risk to making history.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're getting into.
But
you
also,
know what
once
I
you're
could
up
do?
there, too, you're weightless, so you sort of have to like keep your shape too. You have to maintain your health.
They work out,
or else your body will just be like it'll have no, it has no way of gaining strength. It'll just be soft.
Because don't they have like little workouts they are required to do?
I think they have like a whole routine they gotta do every single day.
Oh wow, that's a lot of work.
What else are you gonna do?
I don't know what else you're gonna do up there.
Yeah, that you should like. I feel like in that situation when you're up there, a routine is probably pretty good to have.
But also, I feel like some of it might not be that enjoyable. I mean, I saw Moon and like The Martian. There was parts where they were definitely like lonely and like doing the same thing over and over every day.
Yeah, that's
So
the key to survival and the key to like insanity too.
yeah, it's
So
kind of
like,
crazy.
So it's holding on to your individualism is actually really important when you're up there too. But also just think about it. I feel like there's a certain point where, I mean, you are hopefully on the verge of discovering things. Like the Star Trek Enterprise and all that stuff.
I just remembered that guy's name. It suddenly came to me.
Who's that?
It's not Armstrong at all.
What is it?
It's John Glenn. Isn't that his name?
Who?
That big time like American hero astronaut? John Glenn?
What did he do?
Isn't that his name? Isn't that the One Step to Mankind?
I don't think so.
One giant leap.
You have to look that up.
Okay, I will look it up. But you know what's one thing I feel like I can do? Even though being an astronaut seems really cool in theory, but then like in real life it's like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
In real life it's pretty awesome.
But you know what I kind of want to do?
If someone's like, Carolyn,
yes.
let's go to space. You're like, would you be like?
They'll be like, you're the chosen one. We got like 1 million applicants, and we find that you are the best suited for this.
Would you be like, nah, I'm happy here. Look at the world today.
But you'd have to leave like all your family and friends.
Maybe you
for
don't
how
have,
long?
Maybe you don't
how long are these tours?
Maybe you don't have to. Remember see, that's the scary part. That's where I feel like where Interstellar was a great representation of that. Where it's just like, okay, we're going out and we're gonna find a new world that's hopefully we can move all of human race to. How long will it take? We don't know. 10 or 20 years? That's a long ass time.
I know.
Will America be ready by that time? Will the world be ready at that time? Remember that chance where they were close to like the planets that are close to like the black hole, and like time moves a lot different. Like on that one planet. And they left the black guy up on the main spaceship. And then when they finally, like they were down there probably for like 10 or 15 minutes. And when they finally returned back to the ship, the black guy was like, you've been gone for 20 years. I was like, damn, man, he's been sitting up there by himself for 20 years, dude.
Oh my gosh.
He's sitting there for 20 years. 20 years. And then he dies.
Oh, his name is Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
What did I just say it was?
You said like Glenn Beck.
John Glenn.
John Glenn.
Glenn Beck. Yes, the American radio host. It is Neil Armstrong. So I should have known that, and that's showing how lame I am for not knowing that. I guess I don't have all these things memorized nowadays.
It's not like people talk about it every day either. It's not like people
I knew
are like,
at least
space.
kind of it. But that's kind of sad that this guy is the main astronaut. Like, Neil Armstrong is like the number one astronaut, wouldn't you say? Well, who's this Glenn guy?
I was right with the Armstrong part.
Wait, let me look up Glenn, because isn't that another Glenn astronaut?
Glenn Beck astronaut.
It's not Glenn Beck.
Well, see, like, I bet like when people were up there, when the astronauts were up there, they saw UFOs. What else would they see? I bet they saw a whole entire
John Glenn. I'm right.
Who's John Glenn?
But he's not the guy who said that quote. But he became the first American to orbit the Earth, circling it 3 times. And he's also a United States Senator from Ohio.
Oh, right.
And he's also in the Marine Corps. He's an aviator, engineer, and astronaut.
That makes sense.
I mean, that guy is pretty heavy-handed.
I feel like that's the graduation point. You go from like aviation to like astronaut, and then Martian.
Wow.
That's the way to go right there.
So I guess he was the first one to orbit the Earth, but then the other guy, the Neil Armstrong, touched the moon. But
which is more important right there?
Now, but do you believe in that whole theory? Now we're getting into conspiracies. Do you believe that whole theory about Stanley Kubrick filming the moon landing?
No, I don't think so.
You think we really did go to the moon?
I mean, at this point, we've really been to the moon.
Okay.
I think we've been to the moon.
Because there is a theory that...
Or else, what did I touch in Houston? Moon rock. I touched moon rock. And to touch moon rock, we have to have been to the moon.
What if the moon rock just landed on Earth and they're like, oh, it's from the moon?
Well, there you go. Reverse.
It came to us.
The moon came to us.
See, I don't know what to believe anymore. But
That is why you gotta take that step when someone asks you, "Hey, you want to go to space?" You take that step because then you will at least know the truth.
But
You'll be the deciding factor of always knowing the truth. You're like, listen, I stepped on the moon. And you know what was there? Aliens, motherfucker. There are aliens there.
What if I left for 20 years and there would be no more Carolyn and Joe Show?
Well, we can still probably do it from space.
Maybe, if they let us.
They probably will. They're like, well, you guys got to carry this on. And you can have like some, I bet by that time you'd have I feel like by that time that technology would have been so great that you'd have like some sort of you'd have a satellite. The satellite signal goes up into space.
But I wouldn't have access to the new tech because I'd be up there.
Should.
Unless some other shuttle came up and delivered us care packages.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'll deliver the care package.
Oh my God. That's so risky.
We'll do a podcast during the docking, during the whole time. We'll do a Podcember every single day up in space during the month of December. That
so
would be
scary.
Awesome.
But also the other thing I don't like
here
up there,
we are,
first
we're
of all,
orbiting the Earth, closer to the moon. Here we.
My other question is, what is the temperatures up there? Is it cold? Is it hot? I don't know. That's scary because I get really.
I think it's cold.
That's what's scary to me. Cold and dark and no lights. Okay, scary AF.
Yeah. That's why this is an adventure. That's why this is adventurer territory.
That's why this is scientific adventure territory. Dark, like blinding darkness, no lights, and then being freezing.
Well, that's why you have that suit. That's why you'd have your suit, your custom-made suit that will light up, that'll be warm.
It has to have some type of warmth to it.
Yeah, they have warmth.
Fully heated.
Yeah, you're gonna have like several layers.
And also soft. Can you please make a cashmere one for me?
I mean, that's probably what it is. You saw that.
I would love to have a cashmere spacesuit.
The first ever cashmere
luxurious item.
Multi-layered cashmere, but you don't want it to be too hot, so it has to be climate controlled.
Yeah, it has to. Oh yeah, it has to be like special. Like, and I can have a little button.
And it can't be big and fat either, like those common ones. It has to be like curved.
It has to show my curve. No, but
it has to be like the Barbarella suit.
It has to have like a little remote control on the wrist so that I can actually control the heating and
in Gravity,
air conditioning.
Remember in Gravity, you can control you have those little bursts that you can control what direction you're going.
Oh yeah, like that.
Carolyn, you're rolling away. Please come closer.
I'm scared. I'm seriously scared right now.
They have that over at the Air and Space Museum. I think they have the suits, so you can check them out. They're working on that stuff over there.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. You're
leaving pretty soon, so you'll be all right.
I'm leaving for the outer space.
I mean, I understand. It is pretty scary. It is. I bet just the idea of it is the idea of.
I'm really scared.
Be I'm going into space, dude. Why'd I even agree to this? Why did I even agree to this?
As soon as it launches, you're like, no,
send me back.
There's no,
Captain Carolyn, you cannot come back. And you're just like, no,
and I'm just yelling,
ah! Please calm her, please calm her.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I'm scared. I'm really scared. Oh, I'm so scared. But you know what
What are you so scared about?
You know what I probably could do that I kind of want to do? Be Amish for 1 year.
You want to be Amish for 1 year as opposed to go into space?
Yes.
You'd rather be Amish, just like a Pee-wee?
You know, like, do you know that the Amish, when they turn, like, adult, I guess 18 or something, they are allowed to have, or maybe it's 21, I don't know the age, but they're allowed to have 1 year where they go to the real world.
Go into space.
And they are able to experiment and do whatever they want to do for 1 year. And they can make up their own choice if they want to stay in the Amish community or if they just want to go about and be like a regular human.
So that's like their freshman year of college?
Pretty much. But I feel like it would be interesting.
Hopefully they go to space.
Now, if I was Amish for a year, there would be no Carolyn and Joe Show because no technology is allowed.
Then why would you do that?
That's true.
Well, I guess you could have a break for a whole year.
Yeah, I could do a whole year of podcasting and then, like, decide if I want to still be Amish. I would probably decide not to still be Amish, but I would love to do it for a year. Like, take a break from the internet and from the world and just be Amish for a year. I would do it.
Alright, we'll talk about that next episode.
Part 2.
We'll focus on the space and then the Amish next time.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? From space to the forest or the fields or whatever. I don't know.
The farm.
The farm. From space to the farm.
From farm to table to outer space.
That's right. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Podcember number 27. Yes, 27. We're getting close, y'all. We're getting close.
Only 4 more episodes left.
Podcember is almost over. Give us all your questions that you ever want us to answer. Who knows if we'll ever do this again. This show is brought to you by Astray Productions. Check them out at AstrayProductions.com. Check out my work, Joe Carabeo, JoeCarabeo.com, GoStray.tumblr.com. Also, I'm on the social media at AstrayJ and at JoeCarabeo_photography. Also, don't forget, download this song, Run. MondayMistress.com, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you want to buy it. Wherever you want to buy music, it's there. MondayMistress.com as well. What else you got, Carolyn?
I have a website, guys. It's www.carolynbelefski.com. You can check out all my designs, illustrations, comics, all that fun stuff. And there's even a store you can go and buy some awesome stuff. And I'm on the socials. My handle is at Carolyn Belefski. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, anywhere. Just Google my name and you'll find it.
And of course, this show can be found at CarolynandJoeShow.com, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and wherever out in the universe and space, where it is. And of course, my name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
Be excellent to each other.
You're bona fide.
See you tomorrow.